So if you want to take out that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Broken arm! Broken arm! Broken arm!
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
Today's video takes us to Vernon, Connecticut, where we find a most interesting frauditor who has a terrible attitude. When you make demands on people, you generally don't get cooperation. And this frauditor finds that out the hard way today. Enjoy!
We are here at Vernon Police Department. We're here for a number of reasons today. First and foremost, we want to talk to the Chief of Police, the new Chief, John Kelly, and we want to find out exactly why his police officers think they can pick and choose which laws of ours they're going to enforce and when. We'd also like to talk to the Records Department and inspect some records here today.
Yes, well, with your attitude there, Frauditor, I don't think you'll be looking at anything today. Somewhere, somehow, you got that chip on your shoulder, and nobody's quite knocked it off yet. Of course, you're still a relatively young man. You have plenty of time to get that chip knocked off.
5 minutes later.
Let's take a look at what we have going on in our Records Department today. Yes. I'd like to take a look at case number 21-14794.
14794?
Yes, ma'am. 21-14794. It should have been completed by a Officer Roberts, badge number 256.
Notice how the clerk keeps looking at the idiot's camera. Well, that's going to be a big deal here in a couple of minutes. But so far, I have to say, he's being quite professional. He's not rude at all, but that will certainly change.
And I'd also like to take a look at his personnel file, just disciplinaries and accommodations, please.
Okay, hold on, please.
A few minutes later.
14794, yes.
Okay, so I looked that up. It's not done yet.
Right. I think we have a serious problem in regard to that because this is, the call came in on November 6th. It was supposed to be a simple trespass. And it appears that Officer Roberts has completely neglected his duty.
No worries at all, Frauditor. Click your heels 3 times and you'll go back to Kansas with Toto.
And failed to file the police report that's supposed to be going along with this call to service.
Send you to his voicemail if you want. I have nothing to do with
Is he available here today for comment on this?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
I believe he works second shift. I don't know if he'll be here.
Second shift? All right. Can I take a look at his personnel file, his disciplinaries and his accommodations?
If you want to do that, we'll just have you fill this out.
Well, what is this?
It's just an FOI thing, so if you want to write exactly what you want here.
Uh-huh.
Okay? If you could fill out any information here.
Uh-huh.
This lady's being really nice, but she has no idea she's speaking to a moron who demands information. He's not interested in what you have to say. He's a sociopath, and he wants his information, and he wants it now.
And then don't worry about the body.
Well, I'm not requesting records to retain. I'm just simply looking to inspect his personnel file while I'm physically here today.
I don't have access to that.
Oh, who has access to the personnel files of the police officers here?
Would you mind not filming my face? I'm not really comfortable with that.
I'm so sorry. You are a public servant. Maybe you should get a job in the private sector. I do need some help with, oh yeah, look at that. So, am I being denied services here? Hello?
Frauditor, you have been punked and dismissed. This is by far the best way to deal with these idiots. Just close them out. Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Not to worry.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Mr. Kelly, Tyrant Slayer Studios, nice to meet you.
I don't feel well. I'm not sticking here.
All right. Hey, well, thanks for showing up to work anyway. I appreciate that. Listen, we've got a number of serious issues I'd like to address with you, and I'd like to get your comments on these issues if you'd be so kind to give me some of your time today.
What can I help you with?
Well, first of all, your records department is open right now, right?
It is.
Okay. Does it look open to you?
What do you need?
I came down here for a number of records, to inspect a number of records.
Oh, yes, indeed. You wanted to inspect some records, but you wouldn't turn off your potato cam. And now you're upset about it. You poor thing. You're going to need a safe space. Maybe your wife, well, is that ex-wife? I don't know. Somebody needs to bake you some chocolate chip cookies, though.
I was being helped, and then when I asked for the personnel file, to inspect a personnel file of one of your officers, I was met with a steel door. Is there a reason why you guys are withholding and obstructing public information from the public as opposed to just letting me inspect the record? Would you please look into why your custodian of records has her window still closed? Okay, I want my records.
We're open for business.
Okay.
We can service requests.
She's not responding to me at the window. Can you please?
I'm
She has. Right. Well, are you going to get the records for me?
Oh, yes, someone please get the records for this crybaby before he has a temper tantrum in front of the world.
If they're available.
Okay, great. That would be great. But I would also...
The personnel files, I will acknowledge a request, and we will work on that.
On the personnel files? Okay.
Sure.
I hope you could kindly give me the courtesy to educate my records, my custodian here, the custodian of records, that she's a public servant and that the citizens of the United States have rights. One of those rights is protected by the First Amendment. It's called freedom of press.
Oh, so that's what you do, Frauditor. You're a journalist. You're a member of the press. Well, sonny boy, just because you post a handful of videos on YouTube doesn't make you a journalist or a member of the press. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works out for you in the long run.
When she is in the official course of her official duties, she has no right to privacy. So when I walk over to this window to inspect records, to submit a FOIA request, to ask questions, or conduct business here with my public servants, I have every right to film her. She is breaking the law and denying me services by closing that window and obstructing my right to public information. I would like you to educate that young lady and let her know that she can't do anything about the public filming her in the course of her public duties.
So here we have another frauditor who desires to be an educator. The only problem is he never stayed in school long enough to get the proper degrees and teaching certificates. So now he has to be a frauditor because that's the only way he can make his money.
I would like the young lady to be professional and treat me like a human being and finish the business that we were conducting at the window, because as chief, you've got far too many, way more important things to be doing. Is that correct, sir?
So what exactly do you need right now?
I need a explanation as to why your officer hasn't filled out case number 2114794. That's Officer Roberts. I need the personnel file of Hammock and Roberts to inspect. It's not anything I need to leave this department with or take home.
Now look, Frauditor, if you were paying attention, the clerk said she did not have access to those records, so it looks like you're going to have to fill out a Freedom of Information Act request. Now let's get with the program, sonny boy.
Doesn't require a FOIA request.
I'm not going to provide those right now.
I can work with you on that. I'll give you a little bit, okay? But normally I'd give you a hard time about that, just so you know.
I appreciate that.
All right.
The case being done, I have to look into it.
Right. Okay.
So you're not going to get that today either.
Mm-hmm. No explanation as to why your officer wouldn't fill out his report? You said a month to do it.
I don't know.
You don't know. But do you find that concerning? Do you think that the citizens have a legitimate beef with your records custodian here?
I'd like to look into it further.
Okay. Please educate your custodian of records on our rights today, sir.
Well, there you have it, folks. He came into the office demanding this, that, and the other, and got nothing. Oh, your attitude is terrible, Frauditor. If you tone things down just a bit and act a little more professional, you may get the records you're seeking. And put that potato cam away because nobody's watching your channel anyway. Well, you have quite a few subscribers, but your views are down. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with you, Frauditor. You just never learn. If you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons on my channel, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.